Welcome to the enterprise section of Convos America. I'm Natalie Cowie, the Global Vice President of the API Enterprise Services business. So enterprise is the name we give the service business. So don't worry if you're a startup, an SME, or a digital native. Our services are enterprise grade, but they're aimed at supporting all of our customers. I'm going to outline 4 key benefits of the enterprise service plan. Number 1, you get access to our customer solutions team through something we call Accelerate Time. This is a team of technical managers and engineers who will help you with technical planning, validation, architecture, and help you scope your platform requirements. They'll also work with you on your implementation, whether that's testing, configuration, any mitigation steps you might want to put in, or even best practice consultancy. So engaging with this team early is so important. Number 2, you have access to the best support as we assign you with a designated support engineer. Our enterprise level 24/7 support gives you the fastest response times. They're backed by SLAs. We give you a designated phone number. And also your designated support engineer learns your use case, so they handle your tickets directly. Number 3, you're going to have access to an enterprise service manager. They're going to help facilitate your contract, and they will be your day-to-day point of contact. They'll help you stay ahead of the game. They're going to customize a kickoff session where you'll meet the team. You'll learn how to contact us, how to access our tools, how to preview the product roadmap. They're going to be proactively reviewing your health triggers on your account, but they'll also be sending you monthly health, either check-ins or reviews. Finally, number 4, you've got a 99.99% API uptime SLA. This is your insurance policy. So if our API drops below our guarantee, then we will be paying out so that you can help reimburse your customers. Now, although I'd love to talk about enterprise all day, I'm sure you prefer to hear from our enterprise customers. And we have one today, and who they're going to talk to you about how they've derived value with working with the team. So I'm going to hand over to James Webb. He runs the Americas Service Sales team, and he's speaking to the team at Latch about their very exciting platform, but also how they've used our APIs and their enterprise service plan.
Hi, I'm James Webb. I'm the head of enterprise service sales at Vonage. It's my pleasure to introduce Sai Dhanak, the vice president of product, and Deepak Bapat, the director of software at Latch, a company that we're extremely excited to partner with in the smart building devices and services industry. Welcome, Sai and Deepak. It's great to have you with us.
Thanks, James. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
The first question I have, what was your big idea and how did you integrate with the Vonage APIs?
So the vision was always with Latch was to design hardware and software that helps people open, manage, and share the spaces they care about. And in doing so, solve the problem of lost, stolen packages, the inability for people to get into the building or to your house when you're not there. And so over the last 4 years, we've been, I should say 6 years, we've been building a full building access control system. So smart locks on every door in the building to let your friends, family, or even your delivery person get into the building or into your apartment. And there was just 2, major things about the intercom that we had to get right. The first was essentially a private, simple, and beautiful navigation experience so that you can easily find the unit and resident you want to call. And honestly, the second is a great calling experience. It's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple product, but to pull it off, we needed a great telephone network that would enable us to use VoIP and plain old telephone and or SIP-based. And that's where Vonage kind of came into play. And I kind of think of that as the 2 main things for the product. And that kind of began our journey with Vonage.
One of our mottos for the enterprise team is build fast and execute right. I know you guys use a lot of our Accelerate services. Can you just talk about how you use those Accelerate services in your go-to-market to help you, quickly implement and work with the right execution?
One of the beauties of working with the Vonage team is they actually helped us when we were trying to choose the right APIs for the job we were trying to do, which was develop the intercom. And throughout the whole development process, Vonage worked with us on every single feature. So even when we had new feature requests, their team understood how important each of these new features was to our use case was always receptive and communicative, and was always giving us feedback on where our requests and our questions were in terms of being answered or being fixed. And as we got closer to launch, and even after launch, it's always felt like Vonage has been there whenever we've had an issue. So, as with any new product, there's always like a teething process. And so it always felt like the Vonage team specifically has been available when we needed them. They're always willing to get into the weeds, and it always feels like we have a partner in these situations. And so it's been really helpful to be able to iterate quickly and then fix bugs in the field as we've needed it.
So now that you guys are live, how is the Vonage team helping you in sustaining that growth for the platform?
Yeah, what's cool about this is ever since launch, I don't think the Vonage team has really let up on communicating with us. It wasn't like, okay, you're done, next client. We've always felt very, very much like this was a partnership. And so almost immediately after we launched the initial set of products, the Vonage team actually sat with us and walked through some of the new roadmap and tried to understand what our roadmap was in order to see what different features and what different products they had that we could actually utilize. And so an instance of this right before launch was actually using Vonage's SIP trunking product to build out an in-unit solution for the intercom. So you could call directly into a unit. That was actually something that Vonage pitched to us by knowing our feature set and having inquired about our feature set. And then our dev team was actually able to take their suggestions and build out a full product that we were able to release with at launch. And so one of the things we've actually found is that specifically with the Vonage team, they're always interested in what we're doing next. They're just as excited in what we're doing as we are in what they're doing next, which has been really helpful for us as we've been trying to scale our product and continue to build out new features for our customers.
What do you see the biggest advantage of working with the Vonage team has been as you've built out your product, and where do you see that going?
There's when you're working in product development, product design, there's kind of two types of, if you want to say, vendors or partners. There's one type which is, you kind of just select someone. The second kind of partner, we actually refer to it internally and also in our privacy policy, for example, as sort of critical infrastructure. And those are partners that we specifically select to provide a piece of infrastructure that we certainly can't build ourselves. And second of all, we deem as crucial to the working of the system, to the point where we sort of designate them as sort of a higher status when it comes to financially, legally, and also from privacy policy. So a good example of a company like that would be your cloud server provider, who you host with. But the second example, honestly, would be for this particular product was Vonage and the Accelerate APIs. And the reason is because simply being the calling is at the heart of this product. And so if you can't connect a visitor at the front of the building to the resident who's inside the apartment or who is traveling, then the product simply doesn't work. And we do not own that sort of infrastructure. So for us, Vonage have been great partners because whenever you do something new, there are teething issues and there are various sort of challenges, and we've worked through it. And a very happy customer, and I'm sure we will be a future happy customer as well.
Great. So it sounds like you're really taking advantage of both, the Accelerate services and the support services that you get as an enterprise customer. So that's fantastic to hear. Well, yeah, appreciate having Latch as a partner and really kind of pushing the industry forward. I look forward to having Latch installed in my apartment building so that I can start to get some of my packages without having to go out and grab them from the office.
I'm sure we can sort you out, James. Thanks.
Great. Thanks.